Hello everyone, this week is Multicultural Week at my school and they're partnering with some local businesses to celebrate Multicultural Week. Over the next week, I'm planning to visit some of the local businesses that are partnering with my school and it should be really fun. Today I'm going to be visiting Armentas Market, which is known for their Mexican snacks, and I'm also going to be visiting Pho Luc Lac, which is known for their Vietnamese food. The first stop is going to be Armentas Market. I just picked up a few snacks from Armentas Market, and I got my sticker as well, and now we're gonna head to Pho Luc Lac. I just picked up our food, so let's head home now. I just got back home, and the first thing I'm gonna be trying is their barbecue pork chop. Let's go ahead and try our pork chop now. It's topped with a little bit of green onions and fried green onions, so I think that's gonna add some really nice flavor. Wow, that is one delicious pork chop. I love the crunch of the crispy sweet onions on top, and I love the pork itself. It's nice and juicy, it has a great pork flavor, and you get a little bit of char from the grill. Overall, this is a great dish. Next, I'm going to be trying their Chow Fun, which is crispy Chow Fun noodles topped with beef and mixed vegetables. Wow, this is a great Chow Fun. What I really like is that the crispy Chow Fun noodles are still extremely crunchy, even though it's takeout, and it goes great with that sauce and the little bits of beef. This is delicious if you like noodles. You will love this if you like noodle dishes. Next, I'm going to be trying some pho. The one I got includes some eye round, brisket, and tendon. Let's go ahead and start by trying our broth. And that is a very delicious clear beef broth. It has a very mild beef flavor and it's really clear, which I like, so it's not too heavy. And I also added some sriracha, which adds a nice kick of spice. And you know, that's a great beef broth. Let's go ahead and try our eye round now. That is one delicious cut of beef. It has a rich beef flavor, and I love the texture of it. It is super tender, and it just falls apart and basically melts in your mouth. That goes great with that soup. Wow, definitely try the eye round. That is so good. Let's have a taste of our brisket now. And the brisket is delicious. It has the same delicious flavor as the eye. The only difference is it's a little bit more fatty, so you have that nice fattiness to add to the soup, and I think that really complements the broth well. Let's go ahead and try beef tendon. And that is delicious. I know beef tendon is more of an acquired taste, but I love it. It just has little bits of meat, but most of all, it is just soft and delicate and gooey, and I just love that texture. This is really delicious, but it definitely takes a little bit of time getting used to, but I love it. You should definitely try it out. Finally, we gotta try the star of the show, the noodles. Wow, those noodles are delicious. I love how they package the noodles separate from the broth so they didn't get too soggy, and honestly, they taste just as good as if I got them at the restaurant. So yeah, this pho is a must try. Overall, I really enjoyed my food from Pho Luc Lac, and definitely check them out. Today I'm going to be checking out Kandoo Cafe, which is known for their Middle Eastern pastries and desserts, so let's head over there now. I just got back from Kandoo Cafe, so let's try all these different treats that I got. I'm gonna start by trying their coffee roll cake. It smells delicious, it just has a strong coffee scent coming off of it, and I love coffee flavored things, so let's give this a taste. And that is one good coffee roll cake. The cake itself is extremely fluffy, and I love the mild flavor, and the cream has an intense coffee flavor. What I love is it doesn't taste artificial, it tastes like there's real coffee in it, and I love that. Absolutely delicious. It's a must try. Next I'm going to be trying their pistachio roll cake. This looks like their same roll cake, filled with some cream and topped with pistachios, so let's give it a taste. That's delicious. If you like pistachios, you will love this. I just love the cake again. It's the same delicious, moist, fluffy cake with that sweet cream, and I love the crunch of the pistachios, and I'm personally a big fan of pistachios, so I really like this dessert. Next, I'm going to be trying their chocolate pistachio roll cake. Let's give this a taste. And that's delicious as well. It definitely has less pistachios than a pistachio roll cake, so honestly, if you don't like pistachios, you'll still like this because it has an intense chocolate flavor on the top. I noticed that they use dark chocolate, and that goes really well with the cream inside. You'll definitely like this if you enjoy chocolate. Next, I'm going to be trying their pineapple coconut roll, and already it feels very interesting. It has the texture of almost like a taffy or sort of like a gummy, and it's covered in shredded coconut. So let's give this a taste. I'm really excited. Wow, I absolutely adore that. It's like eating a giant gummy. The flavor almost reminds me of a mix between a marshmallow, a pineapple gummy, and a lemon gummy, all covered in shredded coconut. That is extremely delicious. If you like gummy candies or you like coconut, you're gonna love this. Next, I'm gonna be trying their hazelnut cookie and pistachio cookie. I'm gonna start with the hazelnut one first. Wow, this cookie has such an interesting texture. The texture is very soft and very crumbly, and it literally melts in your mouth, and it is extremely buttery, and I love the rich nutty flavor of the hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are one of my favorite nuts, so I adore this, and you also just have a hint of rose water to balance it out. This is a great cookie, but it is very unique. Now let's try the pistachio cookie. It is the same delicious rose water cookie, but with pistachios instead of hazelnuts, and I really enjoy this one as well. Pistachios and hazelnuts are both some of my favorite nuts, so honestly it's a win-win for me. Both of these are really delicious. Next I'm going to be trying their almond cream tart. This looks very interesting. It just looks like you got a little bit of nuts on some sort of flaky pastry, so let's give this a taste. And that is a delicious tart. I love how it's not too sweet. It is mostly nuts, and the pastry itself is very mild, so it's really good to go with all those other desserts that were quite on the sweet side. So this would be delicious with just a little bit of tea. Yeah, this would just make a great snack. Next, I'm going to be trying this itty bitty hazelnut tart. This looks like it's some sort of tart filled with hazelnut, some sort of hazelnut filling, and topped with whole hazelnuts. And like I said earlier, I love all those other hazelnut flavored desserts, so I know I'm gonna like this. Wow, I absolutely love that hazelnut tart. The inside almost reminds me of a homemade Nutella. It has whole chunks of hazelnuts in there, and it's nice and crunchy and chocolatey. And like I said, I love that outer pastry. It's very similar to the other pastry shell that I had earlier. And the top, just with the whole roasted hazelnuts, just adds a nice wonderful nuttiness to go with that homemade Nutella. That is a must try if you like Nutella. You will just fall in love with that. Next, I'm going to be trying this. This looks like it's some sort of pastry filled with pistachios, and on the outside there's a rose water syrup as well as dried rose petals, and I can't wait to try this because rose is one of my favorite flavors. Wow, that is delicious. The outside is a really thin pastry shell, and it has an intense rose flavor, and the inside almost reminds me of almost like a pistachio marzipan, like ground up pistachios with a little bit of sugar, and I just love that. Finally, I'm gonna end by trying their blueberry Turkish delight and their rose Turkish delight. So let's start with the blueberry one. Wow, that is just amazing. Turkish Delights are one of my favorite candies, and I love that it's not too sweet because it has some sort of like a tart blueberry flavor. Definitely tastes a little bit more natural, so that definitely balances out the sweetness, and I just love that. The last thing I'm going to be trying is the Rose Turkish Delight. Wow, this is just like the perfect combination for me. Rose plus Turkish Delight just equals pure happiness for me because I love Turkish Delights. So if you've never had a Turkish Delight before, you definitely gotta try it. It's such a delicious candy. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last part of our food adventure. Tonight I'm going to be having Salvadorian food for dinner. I'm going to be getting food from Pupuseria Los Dubon. I'm going to be ordering the carne asada plate, the pupusa asada y queso, which is a pupusa filled with meat and cheese, the pastelitos, the pollo gusado, which is a chicken stew, and the carne gusada, which is a beef stew. So let's head over there now. I can't wait to try all the food. While I was there, I ran into the owner, Tanchito Irheta, and she has her own YouTube channel, so I'll put the link to her channel in the description down below. Anyways, let's get on to the food now. I'm gonna start by trying our pupusa that's filled with meat and cheese. A pupusa is almost just like a big tortilla, as you can see, and it's filled with steak and cheese. So let's give this a taste. I can't wait. This just smells amazing. I just smell all sorts of cheesy goodness. So let's give this a taste. Wow, that pupusa is good. It is extremely soft and fluffy, and it's just filled with rich cheese and chunks of fall apart meat that just goes so well with that tortilla outside. Wow, this is good. If you like tortillas and you like cheese, this is literally amazing. Now I'm gonna try our carne asada, and it comes with some grilled onions as well. So let's give this a taste. It smells amazing. Like, I just love the smell of grilled meat. And you know, I really enjoy their carne asada. I love how they don't use a ton of seasoning, so you can really taste the meat, and it just goes great with those sweet, crunchy onions. This is a must try if you like meat, because they don't have any seasonings to overwhelm it, and it really lets you enjoy it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and have a taste of the rice, which goes with the carne asada. And that is a delicious rice. It is very simple. It's just with some tomatoes, and it goes great with that meat. Next, I'm going to be trying their beans. It already feels really smooth, so I can't wait to see how this is. Wow, those refried beans are good. Those are some of the smoothest refried beans I've ever had in my entire life. And because they're so smooth, they're really creamy. In fact, I think that's going to go really well with the pupusa. So let's just give that a taste. Let's just dip a little bit of our pupusa in our beans. I think this is going to be one delicious bite. That is exactly what I thought. The creaminess of the beans really complements the cheese and the pupusa really well, so definitely if you want to try the pupusa, get it with some refried beans. It tastes so much better. Now I'm going to try their Pollo Gusado, and I'm going to have it just with a little bit of potato. Wow, I love that Pollo Gusado. The stew itself has a rich tomato flavor that goes great with the soft, tender, fall-apart chicken, and I love the combination of the potato with that rich tomato stew. It is so delicious. And the carrots are nice and sweet as well. Now let's try the carne gusada. Wow, I love that. That literally just reminds me of a beef stew, and it is so comforting. This is literally comfort food at its finest. The seasoning is exactly the same as the Pollo Gusado, but it is still super delicious. I just love the meat in there. It's so soft and it's pretty high quality as well. Now I'm going to be trying the platano, or fried plantain. Wow, I love that fried plantain. That is a really ripe plantain. It's nice and sweet with a little bit of tartness at the end, and it's also nice and starchy, what I love. Almost reminds me of a cross between a banana and a potato, and I just love it. Overall, I had a really positive experience at Pupuseria Los Dubon. This was my first time trying Salvadorian food, and I absolutely loved it. I'm definitely gonna be back there soon. Now I'm gonna be trying the Mexican snacks that I got at Armentas Market a few days ago. I'm gonna start by trying these wheat snacks. These are chili lime flavored, and they're made in Los Angeles. Wow, I adore those. They're really light and fluffy. They almost remind me of like a vegetarian version of chicharron, which are fried pork skins. That's what the texture is sort of like, and the outside seasoning is quite sour and also a little bit spicy, but it goes so great together with that wheat puff. It is so delicious. You'll love these if you like chips. Now I'm going to be trying these wheat puffs, and the brand is Sabritones, so I'm not sure how this is going to be. It's a different brand, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. And you know, those are delicious as well. However, I prefer the first ones because these, I really do not taste any sort of spiciness. I really don't notice it. To me, it just tastes sort of like a lime flavor. So if you like sour things, you'll probably like this. But even though I like sour things, this is just a little bit too sour for me. Now I'm going to be trying these Pastitas butter cookies. I love the shape of these. They're in the shape of a diamond, and I think they're going to be pretty delicious. They feel nice and crunchy. And you know, these are actually pretty delicious. They're actually better than I thought they would be. They almost remind me of a buttery, more sweet version of an animal cracker, but they're also a little bit better quality. So yeah, I actually kind of dig these the more I eat them. Anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Over the past week, I just had a really fun time supporting all these local businesses, and that's why I love the Bay Area, because it is so diverse. Even if you guys aren't lucky enough to live in a Bay Area, I still recommend supporting your local businesses because they're all struggling equally. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.